And the recording has started, so I'll try not to swear. Let's just lie down. So knees bent up. Hopefully you can hear me. Yes, I'm not muted. Feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. And for now, just as it's the first week back after half term, just relax a little bit. Feel your whole body, shoulders wide along the mat, arms are nice and loosely by your side. Start to feel the whole of the pelvis sinking into the mat and the lower ribs, and thinking about engaging through the abdominals, but nothing too dramatic. If you wish to close your eyes, do, and otherwise just breathe. Nice and lightly, in through the nose and out through slightly pursed lips. And the more you think about the out breath, the more the breath will just flow in, and you can direct it into the back of your body and the sides of your body, and then deep into the abdominals, trying to avoid shallow breathing all up top. So nice, relaxed breath. Just for a couple of moments to take stock of how your body is today and to get rid of any tension. So I'm to think about your knee position and your feet position. Your knee, to me, it looks like your knees are rolling in together. So they just need to be separated hip width apart, but it might be camera angle. And then from there, everybody, you can take your arms out into a nice wide T position, palms facing the ceiling, and then cross them over your body, reaching towards the edges of the mat. And depending on how large the front of your body is up top, might determine whether you can reach the mat or not. And then open out into a T again. Deep breath in and breathing out. Hug yourself again, reaching the fingertips to each side of the mat. Breathing in to open. Breathing out to hug. And continue using your breath start to think about those abdominals drawing in, tummy button to spine, but still keeping the shoulders nice and wide and relaxed as you cross the arms. That's it, and unwind into that T. Hello, Hannah. Join us when you're ready. Don't panic. One more set out into a T as you breathe in and breathe out. Hug yourself on that mat. And then taking the arms back out into a T, bend the elbows so your hands come towards your head. And you can reach your arms beyond your head and bend the elbows to draw them into the sides of the body. So breathing in, reach the arms away, so a little bit more diagonal. And breathe out, chicken wing them in. And my hands don't reach the mat, so it very much depends on how your shoulder is put together, whether your forearms will be on the floor. And again, just breathing as you extend the arms away, breathing out. Really imagine you're squeezing something from the armpit to draw them into the body, that little chicken wing. And just a couple more, warming up the upper body and the arms. That's it. After one more, just bring them loosely down by your side, and we'll start with our pelvic tilts. So breathing out, tiny curling of pubic bone towards you, just to hover the bottom off the mat. Hold it there, and then place yourself back down. So really small to start with. aiming to get a nice tilt in that very lower spine and start to feel the lumbar spine working a bit more, and then a little bit up to the lower ribs. A little breath to hold, and then rolling back down again. And continue a little bit higher. Breathing out, curling the pubic bone towards you, keeping that curve as you roll up to bra strap level. Breath in to hold. Breathe out, softening, placing the spine back down. And this time as you come up, breathing out, you can take the arms up to the ceiling and overhead. And hold it there as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, stay curled up and just bring the arms down by your sides with intention, and then back up to the ceiling and behind your head. And again, breathing out, really press down with the backs of the arms. Imagine they're leading the movement. And back overhead, leave them there as you breathe in, breathing out, softening through the body, peeling down piece by piece, pelvis last. And as you unpeel, you can bring the arms down back by your sides, ready to go again. Breathing out, peeling off, taking the arms up with you, up and overhead. As you breathe in, and then beat the arms down, nice and slowly. Breathing out to beat down. Up overhead, one final time down, keeping that pubic bone curl towards you, back overhead, breath in to hold, and again breathing out, softening, peel down piece by piece by piece. And then bringing the arms back down by your sides. One more set for me, so breathing out, curling the pubic bone towards you as you peel up, bringing your arms up with you. Up overhead, breath in to hold. And then as you breathe out, beat the arms down by your side and then back up as you breathe in. And for two more, keeping that pubic bone curl towards you, keeping your back in that nice curved shape. That's it. Final time, leaving the arms behind you. Now actually bring them up to the ceiling and down by your sides. And then on your next out breath, soften down halfway. And then we're going to slide the pelvis from side to side. So imagine you're trying to polish a table with your bottom. It'll take a few to get it sort of right. I find I want to just hitch from side to side. It's a real slidey side bit. And then come down a little bit lower. And again, slide that pelvis from side to side, polishing a table, back to center, down a little bit further, polishing, back to center, and place your bottom down. So arms by your side as you are. Think about making a little clock again through the pelvis and reverse the direction. So you're sending the tailbone into the mat, dropping one hip, curling the tailbone off as your pubic bone curls towards you and over to the side. So over a twerk or a circle, a clock, whatever you want to imagine. Just simply trying to get some movement through the pelvis and the lower spine, loosening off, and working through any crunchy bits. Couple more in each direction. That's it. And then finish by just centering yourself up again. Bringing your arms up to the ceiling, palms facing away from you. Allow the arms to be really heavy in the shoulder joint, and we'll do our arm and leg slide. So as you breathe in, slide an arm and a leg away, breathing out, draw them back to center. And repeat on the other side. So trying to keep the non-working leg as still as possible. And that's done through that abdominal connection. Trying to make a better job than I am of keeping the arms straight. So it helps me to think, again, the arm really heavy in the shoulder, but also the scapula at the back, widening at the top and trying to kiss at the bottom. That might work for you, it may not. But just be mindful, trying to keep everything still and long and stable and strong. That's it. Keep thinking about drawing the tummy button through the body into the mat behind. That's it. Good. Coming back to the starting point each time. Using a nice big full breath. One more on each side. And we'll focus then on the arms a little bit more. So reach them back up to the ceiling, palms facing away. Again, allow them to draw down into the shoulder joints. We'll do windmill arms for everybody who knows what to do, which means taking one arm up behind your head as you've just done, one arm by your side, circle round into a T, and then turn the palms over and continue the circle. So the hand behind your head has palm to the ceiling. Bring the arms back up to the ceiling and reverse the direction. So the same arm with the palm up comes out to the side. Rotate the arms in the shoulder. Continue the circle and bring the arms back up in front of you. And repeat. So really think about the rotation through the shoulder joints as you change that arm position. So arm overhead, out into a T, rotate, continue the circle. Arms back up. Once you've got the rhythm going, you can then double check that you've still got your abs connected, not arching your back off the floor. That's it. Good. A little bit like rubbing your tummy and patting your head at the same time. Once you get the rhythm, it's quite nice. One more. Lovely. Everyone's keeping their ribs nicely placed. That's good to see. And then just finish off bringing your arms down by your sides. And we'll do some curl ups. So if you're happy to, you can have arms along and hovering off the floor. If not, have them behind your head. Make sure you're not pulling on the neck. And as we breathe out, tummy button spine curling up, reaching one leg forward, keeping the chin nodded, and then breathing in to return back to the mat. So nice and simple, but still extending the leg like we've just done with arm and leg slides. And you can keep it on the floor or just hover it, returning each time to the start position. Keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed. So if you do find any tension in the back of your neck, then feel free to have your hands behind your head, but make sure you're not pulling on the neck. That's it. So breathing out, thinking, drawing the abs in to help slide the ribs forward to pull you up. Lovely. That's it. Nice and slow. So breathing out, sliding everything forward, breathing in, returning. Remembering your breath, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through slightly pursed lips, it helps. That's it. Fabulous. Good. Caroline and Lucy. Great. Everyone looks so calm. It's lovely. Time to mix it up then. Finish the one you're on and everyone can put their hands behind their head. And we will do a nice oblique twist and we're going to do it on the same leg. What I'd like you to do is put that together. So rotating and curling the front armpit towards the knee. And then as you breathe in, extend the leg away. So breathing out, you're curling up towards the bent knee and breathing in to hover it away. I'll do 10 on each side. So thinking about rotating first and then drawing through the abs to curl up and extending that leg as you breathe in to lie back. That's it. Good, Sandra. That's it, Hilary. Lovely, Maud. That's it, Hannah. Good, good. Lovely, Lucy. Nice and strong, Caroline. So everyone's going to be breathing and working at different speeds, which is fine. When you're done, you might want to just hug your knees in. But I'm not rushing you because I know you're still going. And remember, try keep the shoulders relaxed, even though working hard, drawing the abdominals into the body, thinking about rotating first, breathing out, help bring you up. Nice and slow and controlled. That's lovely. Good. Making sure you don't pull on the neck, anyone who's still going. Press the head back into the hands and not the hands into the head. Fab. So then when you've done, hug those knees in, have a little moment, rock from side to side, because we're going straight into single leg stretch. So in your next out breath, nod the chin, press the shins away to curl you up into a little rolly tortoise. And then we do the same thing, extend the leg, keeping the upper body curled towards the knee. So you don't want to think about bringing the knee too far in tonight, thinking about the chest reaching forward. Shoulders wide, elbows wide. That's it. What you can do, outside hand to the ankle, inside hand to the bent knee. Give you a bit of intention. That's it, lovely. Oh, having to work hard to keep my tummy button down. So let's do 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Last set. And then hug your knees in. Fabulous. Well done. Rock from side to side, but it's only going to get worse. Those who asked me to be gentle, I'm sorry. Nod the chin. Press the shins away. Curl up. And we will do a double leg stretch. But this time we're going to reach arms and legs forward. Stay curling up as you take the arms up overhead, circle around, reach a little bit higher, and then hug your knees in. So sort of a tease, a double leg stretch thing. Extend the arms and legs. Take the arms round in a circle overhead. Reach forward, 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 and then hug your knees in again. So you get a little breather each time. And again, breathing out, curl forward, extend the arms and legs. That's it. Circle around. Reach forward again before hugging the knees in for a little bit of respite. Good. That's it. Reach. Trying to keep the body stable as you circle the arms around. And then hugging the knees in again. Good. That's it. Very serene, Maud. Beautiful. Nice, Caroline. Looking strong, Sandra. Good. 2 more if you can bear it. Keep breathing, keep smiling. It's all good stuff. Good. And then when you've done, hug those knees in, have a little rock from side to side. I found that one quite hard. I don't know why. I don't mind double leg stretch normally. Let's move on to a nice hip roll. So if you want to, have your feet on the ground, knees together, or if you want to be in tabletop, feet just ever so slightly lower than the knees. And breathing in to take the knees still glued together to one side, breathing out to come back to the center point, keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed, or as relaxed as you possibly can. Back to center. So lots of options tonight. If anybody wants to, they can take the knees over to the side, extend one leg and bring it back. And the same thing, or then extend one leg or both legs and bring them back, or feet on the ground, or stick with whatever you're doing. Main important bit is to make sure that as much of your back stays on the mat as possible and doesn't get pulled off. So you want to be in control of those legs. And as you all know, the further away from your body your knees are, the more you have to control them through the abdominals, and you're getting all that work through the deep muscles. Yes. Good. Do one more to each side. And then come up onto your forearms, and we'll add on a little bit of a hip twist. So you want to think about the shoulders being wide at the front, and you're drawing in through the tummy button. We're just going to hover the feet off the mat, and we're going to draw a little circle round, and then reverse the direction. So the lower legs don't move. Anybody who wants to do the full one, you can extend your legs with slight turn out. But it does mean you need to really control the abs even more. And this is hard enough. So drawing that tummy button through the body towards the back of the spine. And let's do 2 more. 1 more each way. That's it. Good work. Then roll back down, hug those knees in. Have a little breather. Rock from side to side. So you've got 1 more nasty one. Everybody's favorite, the 100. So Choices, feet on the ground, hip width apart. You can have them up in tabletop, or you can have them extended away. All options with your upper body curled up and arms nice and long. So choose your poison. Think about chest lift coming up, and then either into tabletop if you want, or extend away and breathe in and beat the arms for 5 and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Good. Keep breathing. I dread to think what you're seeing because everybody's arms are going at completely manic pace, the same as mine are. It seems to be about double time. Nearly there. Keep beating from the armpits, tummy button drawing down, keeping the chin nodded. Final time. 2, 3, 4, 5, and hug those knees in. And rock from side to side. Have a lovely breather. Well done. That was lovely to watch. Good. Right, if you have a cushion or a pad, grab it. I'll just turn around so I don't lose my earpiece. We will work on our beautiful chest release. You deserve a rest after all of that core work. So imagine you're sitting in your nice dining room chair. Think about the underneath shoulder finding its way down the back and away from your ears. So you should be able to have palm on palm, shoulder over shoulder, hip over hip. And then when you're ready to go, it's breathing in to take the arm to the ceiling. Breathing out, keep the knees glued together. Ribs are rotating. Nice breath in and out. And then in your next out breath, after you pull another breath in to hold, you can draw the ribs back, which brings the arms back. And then continue. So use the speed of your own breath. And use this time just to unwind a little bit from the extra hard work we've done. That's it. So I'm looking at all of your knees to make sure they're glued together. And it's just your ribs that are rotating, allowing yourself to move. That's it. So you watch your arm go behind you, but it's just being directed by as far as your ribs go. One more. And when you've finished your last one, extend the underneath arm, extend the legs, a nice long line, and either have a hand on the body or in front for balance, and we'll do our double leg lift, which means breathing out, hovering in a low line, looking towards the mat to make sure there's no tension in the neck, and coming down again. So you're trying not to rock the body, trying not to banana in the middle, that nice arrow. So you want to think about that underneath waist drawing up, shoulders nice and relaxed. So you're breathing out to lift and breathing in to lower again. And if it's too much on your neck, just keep your head down tonight. And if you're feeling any tension in the lower back, just bring those legs slightly further forward to make sure you're not sort of bananaing back when you lift. Lovely. Very nice. Remember that underneath waist drawing up away from the mat, keeping everything nice and stable. That's lovely. Good, Hilary. That's it, Maud. Nice, Hannah. Good, Lucy. Lovely, Caroline. One more. And then we'll do double leg lifts. So you can keep the head down and we lift both legs again, reaching them away, then lift the top leg, lower the top leg and lower both legs down. So just a simple add-on really. But again, as you're lifting and lowering the top leg, trying to keep the underneath leg still as possible. And again, trying not to banana too much in the middle. So thinking length as well as height. Still keeping the underneath waist drawing up. Very nice. Trying to keep tension out of the shoulders as well. Nice and relaxed. Good. Breathing out to lift, breathing in to lift the top leg, breathing out to squeeze it down and breathing in to place those legs down again. Good. Just a couple more. Keeping control of everything. Then after that last one, lifting the top leg to hip height, keeping it there and thinking about squeezing the underneath leg up and placing it down again. So keeping that top leg, imagine someone's pulling it away from you. And then you really have to think about the inner thigh squeezing up and down. Nice, long, straight legs. A lot of intention and strength. That's it, lovely. Still drawing the underneath waist up, still allowing the shoulders to relax, using your breath. Oh, good. Two more. Final one. And then we can bend the knees and you can change your arm position so you've got the bent arm underneath your head, and we'll move on to the shell and do some extra bits on there, including little side plank work. So once you've set yourself up again, breathing out to open the knee and breathing in to close. So nice and simple, but making sure you're only opening as far as you can without suddenly rocking the body. So if you want a hand behind you, just to double check, feel free. If you want to make sure you're in control of the leg in the hip joint. Two more of these. Final one. And then come up onto your forearm. Same thing. So nothing different. It just feels slightly different, but you don't want to sink into the shoulder. You want to draw up through the underneath waist. Breathing out to open, breathing in to close. That's it. Good. And this time, think about lifting up through the waist. Nice length through the neck. Hand behind your head. And the same thing. So you're having to work to really lift the underneath of your body so you don't sink in and hurt your shoulder or your neck. That's it. 2 more. And then we can do a final add-on. What we're going to do is just sit down to start with, come up and extend arm and leg away and down. Open, extend, back and down. So you're lifting up as if you're doing a side plank. And down. Good, all the time, keeping that upper shoulder away from the ears. Down, final time, lift, open, extend, close, and down. Well done. Good. We'll come back to the other side in a moment. In the meantime, let's roll onto our backs and we can do some lovely bridging to get our hamstrings and bums working extra special. So very nice, simple start, as always, standard bridge. Think narrowing, squeezing at the hips and bums, squeeze to lift, nice long line from the ribs through to the knees. Little crease at the hips to come down again. So one long lift, thinking about narrowing as you breathe out and breathing in to place yourself down. If you find you're cramping at all, you can bring your feet closer to the body. Main focus is to make sure that the bum and hamstrings are doing the work. Nice, loose necks and shoulders, nothing behind your head. Well, I can't see anyone's got anything, which is good. And thinking that nice long line with those knees reaching away. Good. Doesn't matter how often we do these things, there's always something to think about. One more standard, squeeze and lift. Down. And actually, let's do one more, squeeze, lift, stay there, hands behind your head. See if I can remember how to do this. Then peel your right leg off the floor. Bend it. Then bring it down and you can rotate your left armpit towards that right knee. So we're going to do a combination of a single leg bridge and a little oblique twist, which will definitely get you cramping, hopefully not. So you do the oblique twist when your bum's on the floor and you extend the leg away. When you roll back down again, I will stretch out. So if you do get cramped, just feel free to walk out or cry. Yeah, we've all got it now. Oh, good. So I should have said 10 on each side. So rotate and extend away and lift in that nice long bridge. That's it, everyone. And then when you've done 10 on one side, do the same thing on the other. And you might find one side was much more stable than the other side, or feels less crampy. Yeah, lovely, Maud, good. That's it, Caroline, hardcore. Good, Sandra. Oh, well done, everyone. Sorry, Lucy, I feel so bad. If it's any consolation, I'm in agony. Good work, Hilary, Hannah, and Sandra. When you're done, just hug your knees in or do something that relieves the tension. It's crazy, isn't it? Because I know we're all so strong and do so much, but geez, does this get get going. Gosh. Okay. We deserve a little bit of light relief again, don't we? All right, back onto the other side you haven't worked. And again, we'll start with our chest rotator, and I will start on the side without my earpiece yet again. So find that setup, imaginary dining room chair, shoulders drawing away from the ears, underneath waist, drawing up to keep you nice and safe. Breathing in, take the arm to the ceiling. Breathe out, rotate those ribs. Couple of lovely deep breaths and exhales in this position before finding the next exhale and bringing your arms back. So again, keeping the knees together, the pelvis nice and stable. Shoulders relaxed and away from the ears, getting the ribs rotating, getting those oblique muscles working. Unwinding everything from the tension of the day. Whilst gaining strength. What's not to love? That's it. So allow the arms to be really heavy in the shoulder as those ribs take it round. That's it. Do one more set. And then finish by extending your arm underneath your head and your legs away. And just little rock forward and back to find that balance point that's a little bit challenging for you. And if you want a hand in front for balance, please do. Otherwise, breathing out to hover the head, hover the legs, breathing in to place them down. So a lovely double leg lift. As I said on the other side, trying not to banana in the middle, thinking about drawing the underneath waist up away from the mat. That's it. So keeping the legs glued together and the underneath waist is doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Giving support. That's it. Breathing out to lift. Breathing in to lower. And again, if you're finding any tweaking in the lower back, just bring those legs forward a bit. Much rather you were safe than did any damage. And if you've got a hand in front, try not to grip the mat too much. It's there for just a little bit of a guide, because again, it's all your abdominals actually doing the work. That's it. Two more. Very nice. And then the next time we're going to lift those legs together still. You can keep the head down and then lift the top leg, lower the top leg, bring the legs down to the mat. So breathing out to lift both legs, breathing in to lift the top leg, breathing out to close the top leg, and then both legs down. And again, not too high, so you start to swing the legs back, but high enough you have to challenge. So both legs come off to start with, then lifting the top leg a little bit higher and closing down. That's it. And then placing both legs back down again. Good. A little bit of coordination. Still think about the underneath waist, always pulling away from the mat to stop sinking in the middle. Nice and slow. Two more. There's always two more. It's because you know I can't count. And after the last one, We're lifting the top leg to hip height, stretching it away again, and then squeezing the underneath leg up and placing it down. So you can just imagine you're resting that top leg on a table. And then the focus is very much on the inner thigh, lifting and lowering the bottom leg. Still shoulders relaxed, underneath waist drawing up. And you can still have a hand in front for balance. Definitely just work with how you're feeling tonight. That's it, it's looking great. Lovely. Couple more. And then when you've done your last one, we'll move on to the shell. So make your underneath arm a little bit more comfy under your head. Angle your knees diagonally away so your heels are roughly in line with your bottom. And we'll breathe out and lift the top knee and close it down. And again, I like to just double check I'm not rocking back by just having the hand behind me on my pelvis. Breathing out to open, breathing in to close. Still drawing my tummy button into the body. Trying to relax my shoulders. That's it, good. And think one more. And then come up onto your forearm without changing your leg position too much. And again, start to think, drawing that underneath waist up even more. So you're finding that engagement and back to opening and closing the knee. Breathing out to open, breathing in to close. So making sure you're not just sinking into the shoulder because that will do you damage. You want to stay strong and long and imagine you're angling your whole body up over that shoulder. One more. Then coming up onto the lower leg of the underneath leg, hand behind your head to open and close the top knee. Breathing out and breathing in. And again, imagining you've got that orange under your armpit, as well as the underneath waist, drawing up away from the mat. Good. I'm getting a nice little ache in that hip. It must be doing something. Two more of these. Final one of these. Then we do the full thing. So starting sitting, then lifting the underneath waist, coming onto the forward lower leg, opening the knee, extending that top leg, and extending the arm, bringing it back down. So lift, open, extend, back, close the knee, and sit. Breathing out to lift and open, extend, little starfish. That's it. So real preparation for side planks, which I know we've done many, many times. It's nice to play around with it a little bit. Just as challenging, I think. And two more, breathing out to lift, open the knee, extend the arm and leg away, back. Good, everyone. Final one, if you're up for it. Up, open, extend, in, close, and down. Oh, well done. Roll over onto your front, nice and gracefully. If you want a cushion or something under your forehead, please do use one. Otherwise, just balance your nose on the mat. Take a moment to think about your leg position. I want the front of your thighs on the mat, your pubic bone nice and earthed, so your tailbone is in that neutral position. allowing the shoulders to roll forward. We will do our arrow. So breathing in, you lift the shoulders. Breathing out, imagine they're trying to kiss at the back, which hovers your arms, reaching for the toes. Breathing in, rotate the arms, so thumbs end up pointing to the ceiling. And then breathing out again, placing yourself back down, allowing the shoulders to fall forward before breathing in to lift them again. Breathing out, they slide down your back, trying to kiss each other to lift and hover the floor, the body, rotating the arms, and then breathing out to come back down and continue. Breathing in to lift the shoulders, breathe out, slide them down your back, reach fingers for the toes. Breathing in to rotate, thumbs to the ceiling, keep the chin nodded, crown of the head reaching away, and then coming back down to the mat. Just use your breath. Hilary, keep your chin nodded. That's it. So everyone, just focus on keeping their head in the same position. It's the shoulders that lift and move to hover the chest and the head. So remember, your head's aligned at the top of your spine. And it's beautiful, as it's called, the arrow, long, low hover from top to toe. That's it. So really keeping the pelvis grounded and earthed to the mat. Sandra, that's beautiful. Good. That's it, Hannah, that's lovely. Long, long, gorgeous Caroline and Lucy and Maud. Fabulous. One more. And if you need to sit back into a child pose in between, please do. Otherwise, separate your legs ever so slightly. Separate the arms, reach them out in front of you. Think drawing the shoulders down your back. Squeeze the bum to hover the legs. Continue drawing the shoulders down to hover the upper body as well. And we'll move on to swimming. So opposite arm and leg tap down as fast as you can without rocking the body too much. If you're finding this is too uncomfortable tonight, just lie down and focus on lifting one arm and leg, keeping everything as straight as possible. Definitely keeping the legs straight. That's it. Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wonderful. Sit back into a child pose, definitely. Reach the fingertips away, heels and bottom meeting. And then before we finish and wind down class, let's wind up with a bit of spine twist and soar, just because they are so beautiful. So find your sit bones and try and sit with your legs nice and long and back nice and straight. If it's too much for you, then please do just separate the legs and bend the knees, or sit up on a block if you need to. Arms out to the side, shoulders away from the ears. And as we breathe in, we rotate those ribs again. And breathing out, draw tummy button to spine to come back to the start. And then rotate the other way. So remember, your nose stays in line with the middle of your chest, because your head is in line with your spine, and your spine is just going where your ribs are being taken by your oblique muscles. Your arms are just there. And however you're sitting, your feet shouldn't move. So if you find you're hitching, You really need to keep that rotation a little bit smaller and relax the shoulders as much as possible. Yes, it dropped considerably. Good. One more. And then separate the legs. Arms to the outside of your legs, palms facing each other. And again, rotating round. As you breathe in, breathe out, reach the little toe. Breathe in to restack and out to center. In, breathe out and reach. Breathe in to restack and center. All the time, keeping both bum cheeks down on the ground. That's it, thinking nice and tall every time you come through to that center point. Lovely. Good work. Everyone could do with a big smile right now. We're nearly there. The end is in sight. Lovely. Good. One more to each side. Really try and find that roll through the spine as you reach for the little toe. Keeping the shoulders down and relaxed. And then when you've done your last one, allow those legs to bend. Give them a little wiggle. Roll over onto your hands and knees. And we will do a dog and a cat and a stretch. So find a nice flat back. Think about drawing the tummy into the body without moving the back, and then just slide an arm and leg away. And if you want to hover them, please do. But we're all about winding down now, so whatever works for you. So breathing in to extend and breathing out to put your leg and arm back down again. That's it. So as you send an arm and leg away, try not to shift back through the hip. Think about having the wrists underneath the shoulders, and if you're getting any tension in the wrists, you can think about a little bit more pressure through the fingers. One more on each side. This is such a good one for the back and the pelvis and everything. And then we'll move on to the cat. So with that lovely straight back to start with, think about tucking the tailbone under, like we did with the pelvic tilt to start, walking through the back, arching piece by piece until the head comes and hangs down last. Breath in, breathing out, unpeel from the tailbone. Unravel that spine until the head has to follow back into that straight back. And continue again, so tucking the tailbone under, trying to get the lower back to arch a little bit first, then middle back, then upper back, dropping the head, breathing in that high point, breathing out, unpeel, piece by piece. Coming back to a neutral start, one more set, tucking the tailbone under, peeling off. Deep breath at the top, and then unpeeling from the tailbone first, finishing off. From there, just sit back ever so slightly and bring your right leg forward, or it looks like my left leg on the screen, and then lunge forward, so you're getting a nice stretch through the hip flexor at the back. And then bring the opposite arm down so the palm is next to the foot. And if you're happy to, just rotate the body and extend the arm up to the ceiling. Couple of breaths here. And then bring the arm down and change sides. So bring that outside arm to the inside of your foot. You can press them towards each other And again, unpeel, rotate the other way. Coming back down, you can change sides. So take that lovely lunge forward again, just to open up the hip flexor, because we've done a lot of work all the way around. And then the opposite arm to the inside of the foot. Unpeel if you're happy to, or you can keep the arm down and just get a little bit of rotation. And then bring the outside arm back and place it on the inside and rotate the other way. Breathing all the time, unwinding from class. Coming back down again. Take your feet back. If you're happy to, tuck your toes under, press into your hands and take yourself into a downward dog. Thinking about pressing the heels into the mat, pressing your hands into the mat, widening the shoulders, feeling a lovely stretch up from the heels all the way through the body. Feeling a nice hamstring stretch, calf stretch. And then bend the knees. Come back down onto the mat. Open the knees a bit more, we'll child pose. So send the bum back into the heels. Stretch the arms out way in front of you and walk them over to one side of the mat. And you can feel a beautiful stretch through the side of your body. Walk them back to the center point and over to the other side. Feeling that beautiful stretch, the other side. Final walk back to center, walking the hands back towards your knees, sitting up, breathing, big smile. It's all over again for another week, so I will turn the recording off.